Welcome back to another week of reading comics and manga as I battle my way through my unread pile. This week, I wanted to see how Daredevil and Hawkeye are faring in New York City. I jumped into another criminal tale masterfully told by Ed Brubaker, and then I wanted to see some robots. So let's kick it. It's time for Pew Pew Pew! Bullseye. Hawkeye. The man, the legend, the master of the bow. This is Hawkeye by Matt Fraction and David Ayer. Look at that, New York Times bestseller. Now you know that's gonna be a banger. I'm actually quite fond of the cover art. Check it out. It's pretty simple, but highly effective. The purple scheme is quite nice. The color of royalty, or so they say. Right, my bros, let's go. So it looks like we start off with Kate Bishop in Young Avengers issue 6. I wonder if it's her first appearance. Google, I need your help. Oh, it's not. It appears that would be Young Avengers issue 1. This Tommy Shepard fella, he looks a lot like Quicksilver. Oh, now we're cooking. I'm already loving the art style. I think David Ayer is an amazing artist. Man, that guy says bro a lot. Bro. Okay, straight off the bat, the chemistry between Clint Barton and Kate Bishop is just perfection. I feel the writer nails the dynamic. It's a dark magician. Seriously, these panel layouts are perfect. They capture motion and action just right. Wow, even the phone conversation is displayed so creatively. I can see how the TV show was inspired by this, but this is already so much better. Giggity. Oh no, when David Ayer is not on the art, it's a sad time. Futomp. Cool sound effect. Back in a sex. Nice. So, issue 6, and we're finally back to the epic art style. Wait a minute, issue 17 after issue 6? That doesn't seem right. Google, help me out here. Apparently this takes place during issue 6. Cool. Hold on a sec. Nice. Oh man, my spine became unglued. Marvel, this is not cool. Not cool, Marvel. Whoa, who is this guy? And I was gonna ask where did he come from, but apparently it's hell. Nice little origin story. So his name is Kazi, and he's simply terrifying. It's time for part 2 of Hawkeye. So far, I have been enjoying the story. It has heart and humor, great action, beautiful artwork, especially if David Ayer is on it. Let's see how it goes for the second half. This is cool, an entire issue dedicated to the dog, which by the way I failed to mention, but Hawkeye has a new pet, a one-eyed dog, and he seems to be a great addition to the team. Hey, I didn't know, but Hawkeye has a brother, and he's a bit of a badass. Man, this cereal looks fun, but it's been a while since I've had Fruit Loops. I like Madame Mask as a villain. I feel that she needs a bit more spotlight. This art style is not my favorite. I never realized how damaged Hawkeye is as a character. He needs way more comic series. Like seriously, why is nobody writing him right now? The timelines in this seem a bit mixed up at times, but yet it seems quite easy to follow. There's just something about this 3x3 comic panel that's just so satisfying to look at. So Kate is now doing her own thing in Los Angeles. I don't know if I like this. Oh man, there's the bro brigade again, hassling my guy with its pants down. Not cool. I like how Clint has so many female friends, or maybe they're his old flames that he has a good relationship with. Oh, there's Kazi again. He just kind of shows up out of nowhere. He seems to have stealth mode level infinity. Alright, gotta say, this is an absolute banger. Great series from start to finish. It is almost perfect. I find that time where Kate kind of goes away and does her own thing, does her own private eye thing, that's where the story just kind of slows down a little bit. The main story arc with Hawkeye and what's going on in New York City, that's top notch. I like that. I feel that we need more stories like these from Hawkeye. Well written, beautiful artwork, a little bit inconsistent at times in the artwork and maybe story direction, but as a whole, it maintains some great tension with the villain that we have in here, who I believe is his first appearance, which is Kazi or Kaju or Kazimierz, something like that. He's apparently a Polish villain. Pretty cool though. One that doesn't speak much, but he doesn't need to. Extremely impactful villain, well inserted in here. I would love to see more of this, please. Where the Body Was by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. You know, before you even start reading anything by these guys, you know it's gonna be a gem. They've been responsible for many exceptional crime-themed stories. Okay, so it starts off by giving us a map where all the characters reside, some world building straight off the bat. Oh yeah, and here's the cast of characters. The artwork really is something else, and the inking is out of this world. Pow! Right on the kisser. Wow. Seriously, wow. There's some intense giggity like like several pages in. Mature audiences only for giggity galore. This girl is a superhero, mad respect, keeping the neighborhood safe. So this flips between the future and the now, which is happening in the 1980s, as the characters tell you their side of the story. Man, this comic has everything from young love, affairs, crime, those that society left behind, what it means to be an immigrant back in the 80s in USA. But seriously, so much giggity here. This is a book of the year for sure. Just as expected, this was an absolute banger, a gem, a 10 out of 10, and I really mean that. You know, all of the giggity aside, this is a phenomenal story that transcends the pages. Ed Brubaker is an exceptional writer and has been for some time, and he's just mastering that craft. And the same can be said about Sean Phillips, who is just remarkable when it comes to the artwork. This is a story about a crime scene, about a body that shows up in the neighborhood, but what it really is about the lives of the characters. That seems to be the central focus point. That is what kept me going throughout the story. So even though there's a crime scene there, I seem to be more interested in the characters, and that's because they're fleshed out so well. And their stories are genuinely interesting. They are fascinating characters, each and every single one of them. Come to think of it, where the body was is sort of a play on where we were at one point in time in our lives, and how that particular moment in time was so important to us, and how we need to hold on to these moments and don't just drift through life, because life is short at the end of the day. Just wow. What a banger. Alright, it's robot time. Isn't that right, Terminator?
That's right.
Don't worry about him, he's cool.
I am super cool, dude.
Thanks. Anyways, Hard Gear, that is the manga we're going to be checking out today, specifically Volume 2. So, what is it about? A young teenage girl, Ro, lives a peaceful life with her uncle, also known as a gear, which in this world, a gear means robot, named Zed. She spends her days exploring the ruins of the old world, destroyed by World War III 200 years ago. During one of these explorations, she finds a strange cylindrical gear who calls himself Chrome, who for some reason doesn't have a base program, which determines a gear's main purpose. Chrome may have to find that purpose himself in the new life with Ro and Zed. Ah yes, this volume starts with some epic robot battles, quickly followed by strong emotions. Japanese comics definitely hit differently, you know, in a good way. Sometimes in between chapters, they do this world building thing by giving us a page of lore that looks something like this. I think that's a great addition. It really enriches the story and gives layers to the world. I like how chill this volume has become, as our protagonists travel the dystopian landscape and stop to smell the roses. I like it when they do that in stories, and the mangaka does an exceptional job here. Hey look, chickens. Well, at least in the future we'll still have fried chicken. That lady robot definitely looks like trouble. And now it's time for Gladiator, Robot Edition. Well, this was a fun volume of hard gear that flows quickly. Plenty of quiet moments, and enough action to satisfy the adrenaline junkies. As far as sci-fi stories go, this one blends slice of life in a dystopian landscape just right. Welcome to Happy Friday. Yeah, baby. I got a plain bagel. It looks all mangled because I put some butter in it. Also have some fruit. Yay, healthiness. And yogurt. Or as the British like to say, yogurt. And I'm gonna be getting stuck into this legendary thing. This is Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis. This is the dust jacket. Looks lovely. Let's see what he's got. But first, it's time to eat some breakfast. The art style goes from cartoony to a mad acid trip. I think this poor kid has gone bonkers. This whole issue, being 16 where Brian Michael Bendis starts, just feels like a dream. And it makes sense as this issue is called Wake Up. I find it fascinating how the whole story follows Ben Urich, the reporter from The Daily Bugle. Seems like he's trying to get through to this kid who appears to be suffering from some serious trauma. I didn't expect the story to be so deeply rooted in investigative journalism. This whole story arc does feel like an abstract art gallery. A few issues in, but we finally get to see the man of the hour. Alright, I like this art style a lot more. It's just the right amount of gritty and fitting for a Daredevil story. Ah yes, the courtroom drama is strong with this one. Here we go, some Daredevil action. It's time to smack some fools. I like how the people of Hell's Kitchen get plenty of spotlight in the comic. This is giving me Reservoir Dogs vibes. It It's time for part 2 of the Daredevil, and my current pace is about 5 or 6 issues each day, so it will take me a little while to get through this. I'm short on time. Well, what do you know? This looks like a silent issue. Ooh, some spicy action in this one. I see that the writer is quite conservative when it comes to the action, so when we do have the action, it feels a lot more impactful. Man, what's with the Kingpin's shades? Is he blind? Holy moly, he's actually blind. When did that happen? The silk guy in the yellow glasses is stirring the pot in the criminal underworld. I love how Daredevil just keeps throwing away Ben Urich's cigarettes. He must really hate smoking. Then again, so do I. There he goes again with tossing the cigarettes. Maybe the writer has a thing against cigarettes. I like how this issue focuses on the inner workings of the FBI. Okay, this is brilliant storytelling. Despite Daredevil not being front and center of the story, I'm super invested. Wow. We truly get into the lives of the other characters in the comic. Writers should do this more often. It creates for a compelling world. You see, I'm genuinely interested in some of these side characters. It's like experiencing a side quest in the Witcher game. Oh man, I'm also looking forward to Witcher 4. I bet the open world will be amazing. Alright, part 3. Let's go. Even the drama at the Daily Bugle is heating up. It's cool that Peter Parker makes an appearance too. Man, Daredevil is in a pickle this time. The theme of the internal struggle is well portrayed here. Also, the panel layouts are looking great. Wow, this guy's a menace to society. Hurling vehicles at buildings. Nah, cool, man. The paparazzi is always such a pain in the butt, even for Daredevil. It's getting quite comical now. So many people hassling my boy Daredevil. Even Natasha Romanoff won't leave him alone. Ah, the lovely Elektra. She needs a modern ongoing series. I'm surprised she managed to get her own movie, which, let's be honest, it wasn't that great. The Elektra and the Daredevil TV show though, now that was fire. Oh geez, these are not the double Ds I want to be seeing outside my window. Ah, bummer. This art style completely ruins the vibe. Alright, looks like full-blown courtroom drama has taken center stage, and I don't find this case to be very interesting. Past halfway through this Daredevil omnibus by Brian Michael Bendis, Volume 1, and it is a great story, all the way up to this courtroom drama that's happening where a hero is wrongfully being accused for murdering a police officer. That particular story so far doesn't seem to be that interesting, but everything leading up to it is just top-notch. It's really great. Even the starting story where I wasn't completely hooked, where we were following Ben Urich about his investigative journalism and what happened to this one particular boy that he's in like a psychiatric ward of some sort. You know, that was alright, even though Daredevil wasn't taking center stage. And that seems to be a theme a lot of the time where Daredevil is not taking center stage. But that's okay, because the other characters are written very well in here. And before I forget, Where the Body was definitely the read of the week. Great story, you guys should check it out. It's not very long, about 100 pages. And when you do check it out, let me know what you think. Anywho, I'll be sure to finish this next week. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you then.